let's talk about the importance of recording information, recording everything that goes on in the factory, and then linking it to what the factory is trying to achieve. So there's a lot of tools in the factory that just tell you, hey, I had a work order, I thought it was going to be done in 4 hours, it took me 8. Or you might not even know that. You might just know, here was my plan for the week, my production plan. I didn't meet it. I was behind, I had to work an extra shift, I had to work overtime, had to schedule an extra line in order to meet my demand or my forecast for the week. But it's not always clear why. So what Arch does is does something different. We record every single cycle, every single operation on every piece of equipment. All that information is being captured, harvested, and then put into what we call the data lake. It's a place in a private protected cloud environment owned by the customer. It can even be physically in their cloud environment, or we can manage it on their behalf. But now literally everything that happens is recorded. And then as people are using React or smart planning tools, then that data is linked to the jobs and the work orders that people are trying to accomplish. So now when you get to the end of the week and you say, why didn't I meet my production goal? Why did I have to work an extra shift? You don't just know like, well, was this work order? You can go back and look at every single thing that happened with appropriate analysis tools and AI support to say, oh, this work order was late because I thought it should be done in 30 seconds, but actually the cycle time for that product took me 45. And then we go back and look. Actually, no, that's right. I just didn't understand. My standard time was wrong. This will always take me 45 seconds. I need a plan for that. Versus other times, actually, no, it should take me 30 seconds. Why was it slow here? Let me understand. Oh, shoot, there was a mistake in how it was programmed, or how the line was set up, or how maintenance was done on one of the machines that caused it to be slower than I expected. That caused a delay in this week, but I can fix that. I can go back and correct that now, and now the next time I run it, it will run as fast as I know. So accurate quality data on how every single operation is performed in the factory, but then linked to the product and the work order that's being trying to be accomplished, allows planners to actually understand the root causes now for why they're not meeting their plan. And previously it was always a challenge. The planner had a lack of visibility into the ground truth reality that caused the plan to not work. And every week it'd be the same. I make my plan, I put it into Excel, give it to the factory, and then I'm fixing up all the deviations. But I don't have the information on where they're coming from with enough granularity and clarity in order to actually be able to fix them. I just sort of accept that, all right, I guess I can only do 80% of what I thought, or I need to work an extra 20% of shifts. Now it's like, yeah, okay, we'll tell you exactly that you only got 80% this week, but then here's why. Here's the Pareto of top causes linked back to the data we have on all these operations in detail. And the reason why we're able to do this and others aren't is because we've realized a way to actually capture and save all of this data in an efficient way that doesn't require a lot of extra cost. So previously people assumed, well, there was no way to record all this information. It's too much data. It's too much data. If I record it all and save it all, it'll be too costly. Therefore, I have to know in advance exactly what I'm looking for, save only that. But the problem is you never know in advance what you're actually looking for. And so you always are left with like, I look at the data I have and I don't know the reason. Whereas Arch doesn't do that. We record everything in an efficient way so that when we then need to explain why was a work order delayed, we know that there's no lack of visibility. We know every single cycle on every single machine. We can analyze it and now increasingly use AI tools to automate this analysis and explain that root cause. So this is the link between an efficient data lake architecture that can actually store everything, even if you don't know why it's valuable yet, without involving a lot of extra costs, so there's no reason not to do it. Then once you have that, then you can use AI tools on top of that data asset to begin explaining why either you have quality issues or you have planning issues, why you're not meeting your targets, and actually solve those problems versus just know you got a problem but not know what to do.